Hello everyone and welcome back to another Storytime video. And today I am going to be telling part 2 to the story that I told a couple weeks ago about my high school graduation, because it is that season, even though you might be graduating in June next month, class of 2020, because of coronavirus, which I'm just glad that you all get to graduate, and good luck and congratulations on graduating, class of 2020. I didn't congratulate you guys last part. I was going to, but it slipped my mind a little bit. I was trying to figure out where to cut the story for part 2. But as I discussed in part 1, the build-up to the day after my final day there. So, senior stroll walking through halls of a couple middle schools, leading the 8th graders in their first ever pep rally, and just talking about why I didn't go to baccalaureate and a rad party that we had and all that stuff. So we get to the day that we're all supposed to graduate, and I did kind of leave it on a cliffhanger as to whether we would graduate in the gym or outside on the football field, because they thought that it was going to rain. Now, we had to, or at least my class had to graduate in the gym instead of out on the football field, which I don't hate that. I had to graduate in the gym instead of out on the football field. I mean, and by the way, it didn't rain on the day that I was graduating, but the gym bleachers are closer than the football bleachers outside. So all of our families got to get a better look of everything. And I did like that. And sure, I would have liked to have graduated outdoors. Because I would have loved to see a long snake of blue or navy blue of us wearing all our caps and gowns, but we did get that in a smaller gym. We have connected to the main gym. We have a smaller auxiliary gym, we call, that has no bleachers. It has basically a closet attached in it where it has a whole bunch of supplies like dodgeballs, all that stuff. But the auxiliary gym has a couple of basketball hoops and a pull-up bar that I remember. And yeah, so we were able to see the whole big snake there, and that's a sight. If you're graduating this year or anytime soon, remember on the day that you graduate to look back behind you and just, unless you're at the back of the line, at that point you can look forward, but look around you. Look at the big snake that forms. It's just incredible. And I'm pretty sure they will remind you of that uh, as you get closer to graduation. You'll have senior meetings. I know I did, where they got the whole class in the gym and they talked to us. That's one thing they mentioned. And it really is a sight, I must say. And that's something that I will never forget. But walking across that stage at graduation on graduation night, it was just it was simply incredible. That day, that whole day was just a truly incredible day, and I would not trade that day for anything in the world. I would not, to be honest with you. But I kept thinking while I was sitting in my seat waiting to walk across the stage there that this is gonna be a whole new chapter in my life, and it really is. But it was absolutely incredible. And after I got my diploma there, we were all supposed to go back into the auxiliary gym and get the paper that goes inside. We just got the booklet thing, whatever you want to call that, uh, which the school screwed me one last time because there was a lot of people. It went by. There was like 4 separate tables for last names, and in my table I was like the last letter in the alphabet for that table, for the one particular table, and there were a lot of people with the same letter last name that went before me, so I had to wait forever. And it was to the point where my parents and grandparents were trying to get a hold of me. They thought that I was just gonna walk outside uh, the back doors there, which is right next to the gym, and that I was somewhere out there. But no, I was inside. And also in the heat of, well, I guess it's not the heat of the moment, but I drove myself to graduation, and in the eagerness and the anticipation of being a high school graduate, I left my lights on. I left the lights of my car on. I cannot believe that I left my car lights on when I graduated. But dadgummit, I did. I did. I did. I can't believe it, but I guess the one moral that you can take away from this story: never, well, always check to see if your car lights are on before you leave and go inside somewhere. Always check to make sure that your car lights are off. It killed my battery. but my dad came back and helped me jump the car. So it wasn't a big deal, but my car battery died. So that's the moral of the story. But I just want to get to project graduation before I end off the video. So, later that night, which graduation was at, like, what, 6 o'clock, I want to say? It was at like 6 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock. I drive a gray car. It was kind of overcast, so of course I had my lights on, that's why. But later that night, project graduation. Not everyone went to project graduation. Not everyone goes to project graduation. But thankfully, a lot of my friends went to project graduation. So I had them to... So I was able to hang out with them a lot. That was an overnight thing. And project graduation is basically a thing, I guess, to prevent... I guess in their words, I think their exact words were to prevent teenagers from going out and drinking late at night after graduating, drinking and driving, which is a really smart idea. And project graduation was a load of fun. I enjoyed it a whole heck of a lot, and I recommend that you go to your project graduation too if you have the time that night after you graduate to do so. But yeah, I just want to say real quick before I end off the video that they will probably tell you that when you and your classmates are sitting out on the football field or in the gym or wherever you may be, it is going to be the last time that the whole class is together in one place. Since I've graduated, a couple of my classmates have unfortunately passed away, and I just hate that. I bring that up as a point, like, hey, there might be a majority of you at reunions and stuff like that, but there will never be everyone there unless you graduated with, like, less than 100 people. So, the majority of the time, that will be the last time that your whole class will get together in one place. So, well, I think that is pretty much all I want to say. And see us, guys. I do believe that will do it for this storytime video. And till next storytime video, I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys. Thank you all for watching.